Okay, I think we're notifying viewers that we're going live. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Anne with Axiom. We will not be joining with Tracy Davis today. She is not feeling well today. Coming on a little bit early. You can do that on TikTok and get away with it. For everybody joining, welcome to Axiom. We are live on TikTok today. Hello. Now let me just explain to my YouTube viewers why we're doing this. So let me give an explanation. To join TikTok to my streaming service, it must be available on the web to go live. And to do that, you have to have 10,000 or more followers. I only have 5,400. So what I'm going to do until I have either 10,000 on TikTok or the new owner changes the rules, which the latter would probably be better, I'm going to do the lives, and Tracy Davis will be joining me in the future. But I'm going to be doing the lives here, and then I will put the recording of the live onto YouTube. And really it is to bring in the audience of TikTok. The audience of TikTok has not been involved as much as I'd like them to be with Axiom. And so to do that, I'm going to make sure that I like the little thing on my head, to bring you guys. So I'm going to give you an opportunity for everybody here on TikTok to come on in. And this will be for the people on YouTube. This will be a pre-recorded video, just to let you know. Okay, so we got that out there. Welcome everybody, welcome. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. And then when we've got quite a bit of people in here, I will start talking about why we are going to do Axiom on TikTok. So thank you everybody for joining. Thank you. I know that I'm a little bit early, but you know, it was a good thing to go early today. Some stuff going on, some construction stuff going on here today, and it's going to get crazy in about an hour, so I figured I better make sure that I'm sorry my hair looks crazy. I was born this way. I don't know what to do with this even short. I can't even keep it in control. So there it is. But welcome. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of people here, so I'm just going to begin. Thank you so much. Happy dance. So we have a channel on Rumble, and I know I have mentioned it quite a few times here on TikTok, and of course the YouTubers know about it. This will also be on, by the way, this will also be on Facebook, and it will also be on Twitter. I will be adding this show. There's a lot of people who have been asking questions on TikTok on some of the things that I have been posting regarding what is going on with our new presidential administration. You know, some of the arrests and things, the changes that are taking place. People are, is this real? Why is this happening? So because there's such a censorship to some degree on certain platforms, I can't put that material on here. So I have to put that material on a platform that will allow it, which is really Rumble and X at the moment. I pray in Jesus' name that will change and all platforms will be open. So what I'm doing is I'm going to explain to you a little bit of it's available. It's all available now on Rumble for you to watch. There's quite a bit of information on our Rumble that gives you an idea of what the Trump administration is up against and who they're looking to destroy, or what is this modern Babylon that we've been up against probably for the past 8 years, that he is, and his administration, not just him alone, but him, his administration, and the military that's behind him. What are they getting rid of? And so a majority of that has been run by 3-letter agencies. One that starts with a C, another one starts with an F. And although he's cleaning up one and looking to rid the other, or maybe revamp the other, not really sure, what he's going to do with them. But I know that in the condition they're in right now, that he is not happy. So, even like with the fact that he closed down, or at least froze, the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice speaks volumes. Because just like people we know, which would be Mr. Miller, who go and file for fraudulent, civil cases, and the judges there are not actual, authentic judges that go to law school and they become lawyers and they go through their law career and then they become like federal judges and circuit judges. These are people that they just may not know that these cases are fraudulent until somebody brings that, information before them. I'm sure Mr. Miller is not the only one that has been abusing the system. So I think that a portion of that reasoning is why this has nothing to do with restraining orders or protection orders. Those things are still going through, obviously, because it was court today. But if you're looking to file a small claims against somebody, that's probably going to be frozen for right now. And it's going to be a while before that goes through. So just letting you know. Don't know when. I have no idea what he's up to, but at least let me give you an idea of what we're up against, or what we have been up against. I don't want you to be in fear. I want you to know that the enemy that I'm going to share with you has been dealt with. We're just kind of dealing with the stragglers, And so the Rumble channel is, and I'll put it in the chat for you guys. I don't even know if I'm able to do that now. CDEC Mag 12. Once again, CDEC Mag 12. Listen, I think, if I'm not sure, I think Tracy is in the chat. Tracy, if you hear me and you're in the chat, would you do me a favor and just share that in the chat? Thank you. There it is. CDEC Mag 12. There you go. Right on, people. You're so smart. And so I put up quite a bit of documentaries, one from Robert Kennedy, which is fabulous. And he goes into, and he should know, his family definitely has an inside understanding of pin it, let me see. Okay, so somebody just put it up at CDEC. Let me see if I'm able to pin it when you do that. Oh, please. And it's amazing. The actual video that I had just put up talks about Operation Mockingbird, and it will blow, thank you, Andy, will blow your mind, the information that's on there. It blew my mind. I mean, as long as I've been doing this, and I even watched it and was like, what? So even I learned something watching it. And then the Robert Kennedy one was also very eye-opening. There are some about the music industry. There's also one about our Constitution. You may want to watch that too. So it's probably like, when you go on the page, probably the 5 or 6 there that you may want to watch. And I'm telling you, it's chock full of information. It will give you an idea of what we've been dealing with and what we're about to go into. Oh, you watched it? Oh, yeah. Tracy, she watched it, and it is incredible. It's only about 5 minutes. These are not very long videos. I think, the second one about Operation Mockingbird is probably an hour. It's really not that big of a deal. And the rest of them are about maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Unfortunately, I can't play them on here. I can't even play them on YouTube. I don't know why. I always say it's because they're not mature enough to handle it. That's the best I could come up with. But you guys are just absolutely awesome. I thank you for showing up. I'm not going to go anywhere. If you want to ask any questions real quick, thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much. I would love to answer any questions that you have. I know that there's a lot going on, still going on. Right now we are waiting for it. Oh my gosh. Yes, Rumble. It's on Rumble. Rumble, CDEC Mag 12. We are now waiting for bated breath for Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard. Those are the two that, as soon as you see those two get confirmed, hold on to your lug nuts, because it's going to get crazy after that. And that's why they're taking their time, because there are some people that in that committee that know that their end is near when those two thank you, Rando. She's also awesome. She's working and she's doing that. Yeah, CDEC Mag 12 on Rumble. Please go watch. Yes, we are waiting for Kash. We're really waiting for Kash. He's the one. And I don't know if you caught any of his confirmation hearing. Now, I'm a Christian, okay? You guys all know that. And I think he is Hindu. I'm not sure. And at the confirmation hearing, his parents were there. And you're going to marry Kash? Well, because he's cute. He is cute. His parents are standing there, and he came down and stood before his parents, and he bowed before his mother, down to the floor. I think he even kissed her foot. Came back up, and then went in front of his father and bowed again. I think this is a Hindu. I'll tell you what, some Christians should learn how to be that. I'm not saying kiss your mother and father's feet, but the honor that he showed his parents in front of everyone, I think is absolutely incredible. Very, very sweet. So it just tells you what kind of man we're dealing with here. He says what he has to say, I think, in the confirmation to shut them up. Honor thy mother and thy father indeed. But I really think, like Trump, as soon as he's confirmed, and he will be confirmed because there's nobody else running for that position, that he's going to come out swinging. You know how I know that? And you guys will understand why I say it. Look at how many agents, FBI agents, are running for the hills. And he hasn't even been confirmed yet. They are scared to death because they know they screwed up on J6. They know they did. So, they're done. They're toast. Do me a favor and share this with, he's going to sweep the floor with all of them. And Tulsi, actually, I love her streak in her hair. She looks like Cruella de Vil. I'm not really sure what she's going to do, but boy, I'll tell you what, she looks like a tough chick. I'm not really sure what she's going to do. I think she's in charge of the intel. The head intel. Tracy, you may know. I might be wrong on this. I really have my eye on Kash. That's the one. And that's when you're going to see the likes of people like the Millers go down like redheaded clowns. That's when you're going to see justice prevail. That's when you're going to see cold cases like, what's that young man's name? Rasheem Carter. Be proven who really did it. That's when you're going to see police departments who haven't been doing their job. Let's bring up Kash. Let's bring up Rasheem for a minute. Thank you, guys. Do you guys know what kind of condition that guy was brought up? That guy was found in? Rasheem Carter? Just to give you an idea of what we're dealing with. I don't want to be gross here, but he was found. Okay. And totally gone. Yeah, pieces. And spine taken out and put somewhere else. Body parts scattered. Okay? Parts. The police chief says there's no foul play. Are you on crack? How could you stand there and look at this crime scene and say there's no foul play? Allegedly, no foul play. You have to be the king of morons to look at this and say that, no, this is corruption at its finest. You think it's only going on in Myrtle Beach? Absolutely not. No way. Or Robeson County? Absolutely not. No, he did not. It would be impossible, Andy. It would be just like the Gobbles. Impossible. And I'm going to try to bring that up without getting myself in trouble and having to say TikTok shop a million times. The wife, according, I think it's in, and Danielle, if you're here, correct me if I'm wrong. The wife, according to the autopsy, was gone before the husband, hours and hours and hours before. Okay. Now that doesn't mean anything. It could mean that he did it and came back and did to himself. The pew that he used allegedly on himself wasn't even there. So what are you telling me? He did this to himself, came back like Dracula, and then took the pew and moved it, and then went right back to his spot and went back down again. And I'm not trying to be funny here, but you have to be on some sort of really good, to mind-altering substance. See? Okay, I got it. You got it. All right. TikTok's already telling me they don't like what you're saying to TikTok. Here's my point. Yeah, rugs, and TikTok shop and everything. Everybody goes shop on TikTok. Phenomenal. It's impossible. These are impossible situations. Impossible situations. See what I mean? This is where the truth being stunted has to stop, and this is why people like me have to have accounts on, like, let's say X, or I don't even know what they are, Twitter, X. I hate saying X, I'll be honest with you. I really prefer Twitter, but I like to say Twitter, formerly known as X, and Rumble. And I think there's other ones too. I went to go and look for BitChute. I think it was called BITCHUTE, I think. They no longer have an app. So you have to do that on the web. I say Twitter too. Yeah. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So I really believe that when cash gets in, you're going to see a lot of this kind of cleanup. And then including the courts. I think the courts also. So we're just kind of, like I said, anticipating him coming in and what's going to happen when he does. Yes, Mr. Patel. Mr. Patel. Any day now, Andy. It's going to be any day now. It's any day now. Because I got to tell you, I think, and I'll bring up, because it's the only one I know about at the moment, Miller, copy and pasted. He went and wrote down all his complaints, and then went copy paste to every single one of the people he's going against. He cash me outside. Tracy. Even when you're not feeling well, she's funny. I read some of those complaints and I was just like, what a liar. What an absolute liar. And, I mean, it's not the judge's fault. The judge doesn't know one thing from another. He assumes that what's on that court document is true. But impossible. Impossible. What does that mean? Under oath, or what does that mean? Oh, under oath. Yeah. Well, okay. So when you file, is that under oath? Or maybe that's why it's a federal offense to put. Oh, he was under oath this morning. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's a courtroom, so that's to be expected. Idiot. And I'm sorry if I call him an idiot, but it is idiotic to think that me in another state is making him feel unsafe. How would it ever make him feel unsafe? So I know that these are the same complaints he's used for everybody across the line. Has to be. Whatever. That's okay. I gotta tell you this though, and correct me if I'm wrong. Have you guys noticed I'm the only content creator he's going after? Have you noticed that? No other content creator. Was he sniffing and coughing? I know where that question is going. Was he? Was he sniffing and coughing? Yeah, I'm the only content creator. I'm not a protester. Does he really? Does he see me at the protest? Because if he does, he needs to see a doctor right away. Are you laughing, crying, Vicky? I challenge him? Who's challenging? I'm going and saying the truth. He calls me and asks me, what did I do wrong in the eyes of God? And I answered him. Back in July, he could have repented. He still can. If he's breathing, he still can. But part of the repentance means that he has to say, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about Micah, and I'm wrong about what I did to you, Anne, and I'm going to do what's right and make things right. And until he does that, he's in the hands of God. I can't help it. You know, you can't go up against another child of God if he thinks he is one. Okay, I spoke the truth. Yeah. Oh, Andy, what did they say? It's not good, is it? It's not a good effect. Nothing. Nothing? It is a sodium. You guys know that, right? And it's a sodium that our bodies make on its own. And so the reason why a person would need it, just like potassium, just like, I can't even think of other sodiums that are taken. Well, we'll use potassium. If you're deficient, then you are diagnosed bipolar. So you have to be deficient. I guess that makes sense. If you're not deficient and you're taking it, nothing's going to happen. You're just salty. Too much, I would think, too much of anything is going to have an effect. Bipolar bears are the cutest. Tracy, stop. See, this is, I know she doesn't feel good, but this was the banter I wanted you guys to see. You're salty, all right. You're all salty. Love you guys, really. And this is why I wanted to include you. Me and Tracy wanted to include you, all of you, into what we've been doing every Wednesday night, having the Axiom show. And I kind of felt bad that the streaming service would not allow me to attach TikTok until we have 10,000, because it has to be able to run on the web. So unless recap phone call. No, I was just rando complaining about, if that's what you want to call it, about the tardy complaints that which basically sound like word for word copy and paste what I have, you know, what was on this morning at the court. Rumble. We are on Rumble. Let me recap. We are on Rumble. And a lot of things that are going on with the Trump administration, a lot of the changes that are taking place, a lot of what they call drain the swamp. Do any of you guys know who the swamp is? Well, we have a massive description of who the swamp is and what their plan was, where they came from, what their history was, what they were looking to do to us in 2020, what they were looking to do to us now. Why were they doing it? You would be amazed. This last documentary that I put up talks about, this is going to blow your mind, the history of the liberal. And when I heard it, I went, wow. I was in shock. And it's not what you think. And I ain't going to tell you until you go over there and watch it. So please go watch it. And if somebody could put it up again, CDEC Mag 12. CDEC Mag 12. Well, you know, it always goes back to the same character, the enemy. It always starts off, anything that's wicked whatever they name themselves, whatever society they are, whatever you coven, whatever it is. You always go to the tippy top, and it's always that same guy. Thank you, Andy. You know? So, there you go. But it explains it, how far back it goes. Yeah. Thank you, Tree. Thank you. You know, some call it, it's funny because it does start with the Khazarian mafia. True. The Khazarian people. Elon is not an issue. As long as Elon is doing the job, I'm going to say it's in a spiritual way. As long as he's doing the work of the kingdom of God, he's good. The minute he goes astray from that, he's out. That's how it's going to work from now on. Because the ecclesia now speaks. Meaning, if somebody comes along is going to work with Trump, and that includes Trump, hate to say it, and if all of a sudden they go astray and they're going to do their own thing, and they're going to become like Pharaoh, or they're going to become like, who were those, Nebuchadnezzar, and the one, the kings that wanted to be in charge and in control and thought they were higher than God, they're going to be dealt with. There's going to be no decades and decades anymore of being in control. Those days are over, my friend. The modern Babylon is being destroyed right now as we speak. And modern Babylon has allowed people to call themselves pastor and go up on an altar, pseudo altar, and start a pseudo ministry. And the people coming through that door are not pseudo Christians. They're looking for Christ. And they come in and they see somebody who has the image. Remember, Satan knows how to be the angel of light. He's very good. He's the king of deception. And so if we don't know our enemy, we can't fight against the enemy. We can't resist the enemy if we don't even recognize him. Well, what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm showing you who the enemy is. So never again will you be fooled on who the enemy is and how they show up and what their MO is. You know what I mean? That's what me and Tracy are doing. We're showing you who the enemy is. It's important to know. Because the next time you sit in church and the enemy tries to come through the front door, you go, no, I know who you are. And that's when they back away because they're cowards. They're not brave. Anybody that serves the enemy is not brave. You're brave when you serve Christ on this earth. Want the rules broken for them, but not for others. Yeah. It's true. So I'm telling you, there's 64 people here, and that's okay. But if you can, please share. And also share the material on Rumble. That is massive. You got to know who your enemy is. Our enemy. It's a common enemy. They want us dead. They want us gone. It's important to know. I didn't know who the enemy was years ago. Rumble's free. You don't have to pay. All that material is up there for free. I didn't know who the enemy was. I served. It's funny. We serve the enemy without even knowing it. Same name on Rumble. It's a CDEC Mag 12. I think if you look up Created a Class magazine on Rumble, you'll find it. But you're safer to do DEC Mag 12. And when I'm done with this, I promise to put it in the chat. So if you didn't catch it in the chat, yeah, well, okay, for example, the music. And I don't want to say too much because, again, I don't want to get in trouble. One of the documentaries on there talks about, and I'll give you a small little snippet, how the major names, the major studios, the major recording studios, when a major artist creates an album, I just showed my age when I said album, but that's what they create. And they have a master. Rumble Debbie is for free. That's where the material is. I can't put it anywhere else, hon. I just don't have. If you want to see it, that's where it is. Everyone has a master. Whether it's if it ends up in a CD, if it ends up being a USB, if it ends up being digital, it doesn't matter. There's always a master. And the master, when they're done, they take the master and they bring it into this room and they incant over it. Every major label, every major artist. And don't think it's just the rock people. And it's not just the R&B. And it's not just the country. And it's not just, no. Every genre. For decades. It's not just the last 20 years. This has been going on since the 60s, the 50s, where cutesy boopsy that you think, is clean, wholesome music, you will be shocked to find out that there was spells put on it. I had to throw out, and as a musician, it was not easy. I had to throw out about 200 CDs. Yeah, Taylor Swift. She's the latest one. I'll tell you one artist that'll probably blow your mind. Remember Hall & Oates? Daryl Hall. Because Your Kiss is on my list. Can you imagine? And it's like something that you kind of snap your fingers. Because your kiss is on my list. And you're thinking, oh, that's a cute song. Yeah, it's... No. Yeah, man. He worships the main idiot. Yeah. Vibrations. Okay. So, yes, 440, when, for example, with the rock, starting with like Nirvana, so it was like grunge started at drop D. And I remember the band would be, rehearsing, and they'd have two guitars. Same with the bass was able to drop, I think, on his own. And they would switch guitars. I'm going, what are you doing? Oh, well, we're going to do drop D now. And that was for the darker sounding rock music. And yes, that had a low frequency. I got to tell you the honest to God truth, I loved it. I was a massive fan. I still love that sound. I hate to say it. Now, we did an album, and if you go and look on our music channel on YouTube, and it's called 432. And we took, I think, like 10 of our songs that we did in 440, because I hate to tell you, but most Pro Tools are in 440. And we switched all the songs over to 432, and there's like a slight change. You feel the change inside, in here. Okay, you don't like really hear and go, oh my God, here. No, you really kind of sense it. So, you could tell there's a slight difference, but it's very, very slight. But all frequency, all sound, it all belongs to God. Let's remember who created it. God owns it all. The enemy takes and what God has created and perverts it. Okay? All of it. So just remember that. That includes music. And that's why we're trying. As a matter of fact, we're working on a song right now. There's a Christian lyricist. Once in a while, he'll send us lyrics. And he knew we were busy, so he took these lyrics that he wrote out, and it's with scripture, and he added it to AI and said, make a song for me. And they made a song for him that was like reggae. It was too simple sounding, or I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know. It was just weird. So anyway, he sent it to me. He says, can you please fix this? So we're working on it now, and we're actually working on a new song. I didn't even expect to be working on music right now, but we are working on a new song. So And will it be in 440? Most likely. I mean, I could try to do it in 432. That's really up to the producer, which is my husband. Anyhow, getting back to Rumble. So very important for you guys to go and please watch those documentaries. And thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate the ones that hung out. I see some came in and some left, and that's fine. Whatever. You know, I don't know if this stays up on TikTok, but it will be up on YouTube. So if you go, what was the name of that channel again? She kept saying it. It'll be on YouTube. You'll be able to catch the video there, and also Twitter. You're gonna, okay, great, Mimi, wonderful. Please go enjoy it. You screenshot, awesome, awesome. CDEC Mag 12. Once again, CDEC Mag 12. Oh, I see you guys. I see you guys coming. Awesome, awesome. So enjoy. And I hopefully will see you with Tracy Davis. Since it's so easy to pop on here, maybe we'll come on before next Wednesday. Lives on Rumble. So that's what I was explaining, Morgan, real quick. For Morgan, I will explain, and anybody that came in new. The streaming service that I have will connect only to anything that you could go live on via the web. And with TikTok, you're only allowed to do that via the web if you've got 10,000 or more followers. So either A, I have to wait until I have 10,000 followers or more on TikTok. So I'm just going to do it this way with Tracy, and then take this and the recording and bring it over to YouTube. So the YouTube people have an update as well on what we were able to put up on Rumble. When I hit 10,000, I will be able to add TikTok to the streaming service, and then we will be on YouTube, Twitter, maybe Facebook, who knows, Rumble, and the TikToks. Okay, but until then, to incorporate the people on TikTok, this is why I'm doing this now. Okay, so I hope that explains it. I'm really hoping that maybe the rules will change and it won't have to be 10,000. But until then, I have to do it this way. So then we talked a little bit about, about JP and the court and, the idiotic complaints and stuff like that. So we went over that a little bit too. But, okay. So if any other questions, hey guys, hey, how are you doing? Just a girl. Getting here a little late. That's okay. I'm actually a little early, so it's not your fault. Old school metalhead. I like that. And I was a massive metalhead. Hate to tell you, but I was. Once again, one more recap. And then, yeah, it's going to get great again indeed, Tracy. I'm on here to hey, Matthew, I'm here to incorporate the TikTok audience to the Axiom shows we've been doing every Wednesday, which we're moving from 7 p.m. to 2 p.m., no matter what platform we're on. The reason why I have to do it this way is because I cannot go live on the streaming service with TikTok until I've got 10,000 followers on TikTok. So the best way to incorporate the people here is to do this live here and then take the recording and move it over to YouTube. And what I'm doing is our lives are usually to discuss what we're putting up and what we're discussing. And unfortunately, the material that we usually discuss, which is the modern day Babylon that we're up against or have been fighting against, is on Rumble. And so I'm sharing our channel on Rumble, inviting everybody onto Rumble, and just letting everybody know. And thank you for sharing. I see it's 31 shares. That is so awesome. Thank you for that, guys. So Once again, it is CDEC Mag 12. CDEC Mag 12 at Rumble. And we've got about 5 or 6 documentaries there, one by Robert Kennedy that you guys will find very interesting. So I think we're good. I don't know what else I could update you on without getting in trouble. We talked a little bit about Regime Carter. I see you guys coming through. That is fabulous, awesome, wonderful. And let's just, it's CDEC, Mag. Not DR, CDEC, Mag 12. Like creator to class. So creator is C, and then creator D, DE, class is C, Mag 12. There you go. There it is. You got it. Wonderful. Okay, guys, so we talked a little bit about Regime. We talked a little bit about JP. We talked a little bit about court. Almost got in trouble with the TT. What are you going to do? So until next, well, like I said, usually it'll be Wednesday, until next Wednesday, 2 p.m., or unless we come before then with some news, because things are moving fast. And let me tell you something, as soon as Cash Butt hits that FBI director's chair, oh my gosh, we might be here every day. So just so you know, I've got 2 restrictions right now. Okay, so I'm going to go before I get in trouble. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for showing up. God bless. Don't forget to go to Rumble. Okay? And I'll see you soon. Take care.